welcome Sanskriti Shongshok to deliver their performance. Can we please have you on stage? To talk to you about ULAB, when it started, introduce the Board of Trustees, and more, I would like to welcome on stage one of the members of ULAB Board of Trustees, Ms. Judith Omakar.
Shorod Shubecha. Let's hope the rain stops. So welcome everyone to ULAB. This is it. This is the beginning of a whole new program, a whole new life for you guys. It really is. A lot of people will say that to you, but it's really true. I think you'll see that these next 4 years for you are really going to transform your life. And I am a member of the ULAB Board of Trustees, and I've been here since the beginning of ULAB, and I've seen it change so much. And I know, actually, because I'm involved with so many things, like the building of our permanent campus, that so many amazing changes are coming. And you guys are luckily going to be part of that. So I'm just really excited to see you all here today at the very beginning. All right, let's get started. I have a Prezi program for you. Let's see if I can do it properly, like I'm supposed to. Welcome to ULAB. There's a desktop, am I right? Kind of messy. Hopefully, like your desktop. And let's open up the laptop and see what we've got here. So, you may not see most of these people. You'll see some of them. But I'm going to introduce you to them today because at least you shall have seen them at least once. The Board of Trustees. So, here they are. Some really amazing people. First of all is the president of the ULAB Board of Trustees, Qazi Shahid Ahmed. He is our founder. He is our founding vice chancellor. He is a very renowned businessman of this country, but he is not just like any businessman. He always had an idea that he wanted to give back to the country. So all the businesses that he set up in this country were all about giving back to it. So some of these names you've seen, Jamkan Group, you've seen Meena Bazaar, you've maybe seen Kazi Tea. Titulia is actually the international brand of Kazi Tea. These are actually organic, a lot of organic things like organic tea. You can make tea, you can make it cheaply, you can sell it, but no, he wanted to do organic tea. He wanted to sell organic produce. Meena Bazaar tries to cut out the middleman and go directly to the farmers. It's that kind of mentality that he tries to bring to his businesses. Fair pricing for the farmers, fair business dealings, transparency. So that's the whole idea for all of his businesses. And so he said to his sons, look, let's give back to this country some way in a nonprofit. How do we do that? And so they decided to start a university. All of his sons are highly educated people. This is the vice president and my husband of the Board of Trustees. His name is Dr. Qazi Anis Ahmed. He's someone you may see around. PhD. Now, what is his PhD? Now, he's gotten his degrees from Brown University, Washington University in St. Louis, and New York University. Now, you may say, okay, he's a businessman, so he must have an MBA, right? How many of you guys here are BBA? BBA students? Lots of BBAs, right? You know? So you want to be businessmen, businesswomen, right? So he's a businessman. He must have a business degree. Guess what his degree is in? Comparative literature. He's a writer, and yet he's a businessman. Why would a writer become a businessman? And a successful one at that. That's what he's done, because that is what liberal arts is about. What you study in your school doesn't have to define who you are. You can use that as a base, but learn as much as you can. Right now, we're going to give you a lot of opportunities. Take every opportunity. We're going to give you opportunities in other departments. Take those opportunities, because you never know where life is going to take you. Here are the rest of the Board of Trustees. I want you to please note one of the great scholars of this country and a former Vice Chancellor, our Emeritus Professor, Professor Rafiqul Islam, sorry. I have so many names in my head. Professor Rafiqul Islam, who's sitting right here in the front row. He is one of the great scholars of this country. A Nazrul scholar. And he is one of the people who has shaped ULAB since the beginning. He's literally been here since the beginning. And you are very lucky if you can take classes with him, especially your Bangla classes, but any class with him. Also Professor Imran Rahman, our former Vice Chancellor. from IBA. Also other members of the Gemcon Group family. And me. There you go. A little bit of history. Back in 2002, some of these great scholars got together and started asking questions about what is it that's missing in this country in terms of education? What's missing? And what was missing was this idea of liberal arts. And I'm going to talk a little bit about liberal arts a bit later. How can we create this kind of liberal education here? And in 2004, in 2003 we were given permission. 2004, October 1st, we launched. So you'll see October, I think 2nd, we're going to have our Foundation Day program with the Education Minister himself, who will be coming here and celebrating with us. 2006, we opened our first campus in Danmandi, this one right here. 2008, we opened the second campus, just 2 blocks up the road. We had our first convocation in 2010, our second convocation in 2012. Then we got our initial permission for a permanent campus, which again is really important for you guys. You're going to be here for 4 years, so you're going to see a lot of that construction going on. And you may even be having classes there, so it's going to be really exciting for you. We of course had our third and fourth convocations, and then we hope this spring to actually break ground on the main complex. We already have several of our buildings there that you will be taking classes in, but the main complex will begin building, we hope, in the spring. Okay, your departments, who you are. Okay, so I saw a bunch of hands go up there for the School of Business. All right. Let's see who is with the School of Social Science. Who's taking MSJ? How many hands? Oh wow, a lot of you. Okay, good. Who is in the English department? A lot of English. I see the English department is looking, okay. And who is in CSE, Computer Science? Good. How about Triple E? Wow, okay. Oh, a later comer, there we go, good. I get in your iPad now. What's liberal arts? Liberal arts. What does that word mean, liberal? We've got Plato and Aristotle here, because originally this is a concept, an ancient concept. It meant the education of a free person, a liberated person. Liberty, freedom. Only free people could get this education, not slaves. Are you a slave? Or are you free? You're a computer science student, but do you know how to pick up a camera? You're an English student, but do you know how to program? Because guess what, guys? The world isn't holding still. These things didn't exist. Smartphones, a couple of years ago. When I started at ULAB, smartphones didn't exist. Who was programming these things a couple years ago? Who was making apps a few years ago? And now everyone's going to learn, all you CSE students are going to learn how to program on apps. So who was studying apps? Who was learning apps a few years ago? Nobody. Nobody was studying that in school. Who was studying nanotechnology before it was invented? Somebody had to have the brains and the flexibility of mind to create that. Are you flexible? Or have you only studied one thing? No. I've only studied this one thing. I'm sorry, I can only do this one thing. That's the mindset of clerks. That's what a clerk does. They sit down and they do their one thing. I'm sorry, I don't do anything else. Are you going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg? Are you going to be the next wave of technology? Are you going to invent the next kind of art? You can, but you have to be flexible and you have to try it all now. Do it now when it's being offered to you. This is the broad-based education. It develops your flexibility. It develops your rationality. Businesses don't stand still. Technology doesn't stand still. It's not going to wait around for you. Okay, very important that you learn these things. A mission, values, goals, principles. You have to learn them now. Who are we? What are we built on? What is our vision? This is very simple. ULAB will be the best university in Bangladesh. And it will be a leader in South Asia. That is our vision. Not the best private university, not the best one in Dhaka. We will be the best university in Bangladesh and a leader in the region. We will make that happen. Mission. We are devoted. I'm going to read it out to you. It's a lot of text, I know, but you should hear it at least once. It's on the website. It's in your handbooks. We are devoted to developing young minds, that's you guys, to the fullest potential through the free and creative pursuit of knowledge. We're committed to helping you become responsible and caring citizens of your nation and the world. We believe in giving back to Bangladesh as well as giving to the world. We, meaning ULAB, will fulfill these aims by adopting an array of traditional and innovative programs. So there's going to be lectures, and there's going to be times when you're out digging in an archaeological dig somewhere in the field. Traditional and innovative programs. And by bringing to you the best that has been thought and accomplished throughout the world, locally and throughout the world. Our values hold these. Love of lifelong learning. Learning does not stop in the classroom. The second you walk on the door, learning continues. The second you graduate, learning goes on. You get married, learning continues. Books, internet, it goes on and on. Practicing integrity and leadership. That's what ULAB wants to do. That's what we want you to do. Encouraging innovation. Innovation, technologically innovation, artistic innovation, any kind. Promoting tolerance. This is something we hear a lot about these days, right? Societies are becoming less tolerant. We promote tolerance of other people, other societies, and the pursuit of excellence. Our goals are to instill you with a high capacity for analytic thought, lucid expression, that means to express yourself well, which apparently I didn't do earlier. And again, that lifelong love of learning. We will collaborate across disciplines and institutions to be a center of knowledge creation. What does that mean? A center of knowledge creation. Bangladesh gets a lot of people talking to us to tell us what to do. We have the knowledge in this country. We can tell others what to do. When the Rohingyas came here, what did our Prime Minister say? We can do it. We can feed 160 million people. We can feed 7 lakh more. We can do it. She opened her mind. That was impressive. She told the rest of the world what to do. She took the moral authority. I was impressed by that. We have the knowledge here. We have the knowledge about climate change. We have the knowledge about gender empowerment. We have these things here, and we can teach the world. That's what ULAB wants to do. Take this knowledge and show it to the world. We want you guys to think critically, communicate well, effectively. We want you to be technologically sophisticated. We want you to be globally aware. The whole world, you have to understand. We want to set you free to explore, to create, to challenge. These are principles of freedom, creativity, and service. Service to the country. I know it's a little boring, I know. We will make you thoughtful, well, we hope you will be made thoughtful, productive members of society, capable of meeting the challenges of the new century. Our guiding principles: liberal arts, which I've already explained to you. Sustainable development. This world is sinking. In climate change, sustainable development is something really important. Things have to be sustainable. We cannot go on the way that they are. Progressive education, active learning, the kinds of education that we have here. Active teaching, learning, research. You'll see we have a lot of research centers. You guys can get involved in those research centers. Finally, engaged citizenship. You're a citizen. Who's a citizen of Bangladesh? Who's a citizen here? You guys aren't citizens? Yeah, okay. I'm not a citizen, sorry. I'm a citizen of America. Can't be a dual citizen. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't matter. Are you a passive citizen or are you an active citizen of this country? That's the question. Are you engaged in your country? Will you vote in the upcoming elections? What do you do for your neighbor? What about the slums that are nearby? What about the Rohingyas? What are you doing to be involved in your country? That's active citizenship. Woo! Okay. All right. I know. There's a lot of stuff there. Now for the important stuff, right? What am I going to do here at ULAB? You'll hear a lot more about this, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but there's a lot of amazing clubs that you can get involved in, and this is certainly a great way to get into your student life. These are a lot of the clubs. Adventure Club, Art and Photography Club, Business Club, Computer Programming Club, Debating Club, Electronics Club, Field Sports, Film, Media, IEEE, Games Club, Language Club, Nutrition Wellness, Literary Club, Paper Canoe, Sanskriti Shansha you just saw, Sustainable Development, Theater ULAB, Triathlon, ULAB, yes, and these change, okay? They're continually being updated. If there's a new club that you want to form, you can form that club. There are also apprentices, ULAB TV, ULAB Radio, CinemaScope. And these are things that you can get involved in. The ULABian newspaper. We are also a member of the Duke of Edinburgh Foundation. So that means if you get involved in these things, you can actually get a certificate, an international certificate for Duke of Edinburgh Foundation. Our cricket team is highly renowned. They were just in Sri Lanka with the Red Bull Campus Cricket, and they got to the semi-finals. They're fantastic. And they won we have a Fair Play Campus Cricket Inter-Private University tournament every year. There they are in Sri Lanka. Okay, what do you do after you graduate? I know a lot of people want to know this. You guys are young, it's kind of hard to think, but start thinking now, okay? Start beginning. But here are the sorts of things that students do, okay? Everything that you can think of. They go to all the best companies. I'm not going to read that all out. Right, you get the idea. Some of the best corporates, the best banks, telecom, the best media, print media, electronic media, the best academic, and yes, they even go to government offices, NGOs. But not everybody's going to get that great job at Standard Chartered Bank. What's the difference between those who get it and those who don't? You got to take the opportunity. And the future, finally, we're wrapping up here. The permanent campus, again, this is a big deal for us. You guys are going to start going to classes over there, and you're going to see the construction of the main campus. It's an eco-campus that we're building with one of the best architects in the entire country, an award-winning architect. So I think you have a lot to look forward to here at ULAB. Vision 2025, top among national universities, leader in the region, a tradition of excellence, freedom, creativity, and service. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to ULAB.
Thank you, Ms. O'Wonker. Please give us a minute to set the stage for the Vice Chancellor. Dear freshers, to welcome you to ULAB and to introduce you, the head of the departments, I would like to request the Vice Chancellor of ULAB, Professor H.M. Johirul Haq, to please lead all the department heads on stage. Now, the Vice Chancellor of ULAB, Professor H.M. Johirul Haq, will deliver his welcome speech. Introducing our sir.
Thank you. Respected member of the Board of Trustees, my colleagues, dear students, good morning. Let me introduce first of all the heads of our department. First, Dr. Shamshad Murtuza, heads of our English department. He is a Fulbright scholar, and he is one of the renowned professors of this country. Previously he was serving in Dhaka University, but now we are proud that he is with us. Then we have Director BBA program, Mr. Wazir Ahmed. Unfortunately, our Dean School of Business, Professor Imran Rahman, is in America now, but you will meet him definitely during departmental orientation. We have Professor Muhammad Ibrahim. He is the head of our Joint Education Department. Then we have Professor Mahabub Rahman, head of PT and Triple Department. Finally, we have Dr. Mujahid, head of Computer Science Department. Okay, now time for the students. Let me tell you a few things that I keep saying all the time for the students, for the newcomers. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, and I'd like to say that you are very lucky because you have chosen the right university, good university for your higher studies. Why? Why it is the right university for you? What are the main components of our university? Good students, right? In order to become a good university, we need good students. Is it? It is. So we are sure that you all are good students. Good students does not mean that everybody should have GPA 5. No. We understand that not all of you will get GPA 5. GPA 3, GPA 4, GPA 4.5 is fine with us. Just you need to have learning attitude. That's all about you that we need from you. We need your learning attitude. So we consider you are with that attitude, and therefore you all are good students for us. Then what do we need? We need good teachers, right? Let me tell a few things, sentences about our good teachers. Among the senior faculty members, we have Professor Rafiqul Islam, Professor Salimullah Khan, Professor Ibrahim, Professor Kaiser Hamidul Haq, Professor Syed Manzurul Islam. Do you know all of them? If you don't know, please ask your parents who they are. They are the renowned scholar of this country. We have very young set of our, we have very young set in our teaching list. Very young, dynamic, promising faculty team we have. We have teachers who are graduated from Harvard, from Oxford, from Cambridge, from Cornell, from Columbia, from New York University, from Washington, from New School, and so on. So we have a very good faculty team. Then we have very good infrastructure for you. Good auditorium, good library, good lab, good playground. Then we have finally a very good working environment. What does it mean, working environment? It's a culture. It's a relation between teachers and students. It's a relation between students and admin official. So these are the things that we have. This is our strength. But now we have everything that you need to become a proper citizen, to become a very good, graduate. But it depends on you, up to what percent you can take out of these resources that we have. It depends fully on you, believe me. Because from my previous experience, I can say that, from this university, thousands of graduates, are already in the job market. Some of the graduates are getting 3 lakhs taka, some are getting 2 lakh taka, and some of the graduates are getting 50,000 taka, and some of the graduates are getting 10,000 taka only, and many of them are unemployed even. The university is the same, the teachers were same, the facility that they had were same, but it depends on the students. It depends on you, what percentage you will get out of the resources that we have. Now, how you can get maximum out of the resources that we have? How? Who can tell me? Just solution is very simple, I can tell you the secret. Just work hard. Just work hard, please believe me. And the success is there. Just you need to work hard. And working hard is something everybody can do it. A female student can do it, a male student can do it, a student with GPA 5 can do it, a student with GPA 3 also can do it. Solution is very simple. If you work hard, you will have a better future in your life. Because you are going to face a very high competition. 100,000 of graduates are being produced every year from all universities. But our job market is very narrow, right? So you have to have that skill and competence so that you can get good jobs in your professional life. Because after completion of your graduation, you are going to have a certificate, right? What does it mean? It means you should have good communication skill. Your certificate must say that you should have good IT skill. You must have hardworking skill. You should have team working skill. But if your certificate does not tell that, you are going to have a bad life. So you should have a certificate which will mean a lot of things for you, which will bring peace and peace and everything for your future career. So I'd like to request you to work hard, to work with the teachers, and to ensure proper use of library, proper use of the resources that you have, and be very serious from day one. With these few words, I would like to congratulate you again. Thank you very much.